we're here talking about content online. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Pete Gibbons. I'm the series producer of Kate Modern on Bebo.
Kate Modern is an online-only series that you're creating where you do things like at weird angles and like Kate's always going like this kind of thing. Explain to me why it's different. I really admire what's going on at Kate Modern compared to a lot of stuff that right now Hollywood's doing, which is very derivative of television.
Kate Modern basically is born out of a show called Lonely Girl 15, which was massive on YouTube. It was basically a girl who was blogging in her bedroom. And what we've done is we've taken, our show lives within the same universe as Lonely Girl. Kate Modern,
same producer.
Same producers, but actually within the same universe. They run away from the same baddies. They're fighting the same people. It's all shot point of view, as if that people were blogging. So the actors shoot it themselves. They film themselves. It's completely designed for the internet,
right.
Utilising the space that we're being broadcast
right.
from, and basically it kind of uses the social networking community of Bebo,
right.
And they can all get involved in the plot, help make decisions. They can have their bearing on what goes on in the plot,
right.
And what the characters do in reaction to anything that happens.
Right. So these characters have social network personalities on the site,
yep.
And then their films are, they can be art films. You add on a lot of things on the edges.
Yeah, that's right. Basically what happens is the four characters, we have four main characters, Kate, Charlie, Tarek and Gavin. They all have their Bebo pages along with some of the supporting actors. On their Bebo pages, people can interact with the characters. People can also interact with the actors, because we kind of blur the lines between fiction and reality.
Right.
And they produce their own videos, so we produce maybe 5 to 6 videos a week,
right.
A total of about 15 to 18 minutes content a week on a normal week.
Right.
The guys, they're obviously professionally produced, but we produce those to make it look like the actors or the characters have made them themselves.
Right, exactly.
Kate is an art student, so Kate does art videos.
Yeah.
And
they're incredibly pretentious. I love them.
Yeah, they're great. We really try and make them as pretentious as we possibly
can. Good,
can.
excellent. So how is it different? I mean, a lot of what's going on in Hollywood is, again, derivative of television shows. They sort of chop up television shows into 8-minute segments or whatever. How is it? What has to change online to create a sort of a new medium?
What's important is that people need to sort of understand the medium. Miles and Greg, the guys who created Lonely Girl, and Joanna, who they all got together to create Kate Modern. They all understand the internet because Joanna's history is at Google. Miles and Greg have obviously had this massive success with YouTube and utilising the internet for their sort of vehicle, Lonely Girl. And Kate Modern has benefited from and all of the staff around us have benefited from that knowledge that they've passed on. I think that people need to realise that, especially production companies, that if your idea wasn't good enough for the television, then it's not good enough for the internet. Your ideas have to be pretty bomb-proof to work on the internet, because it's a free open platform where people can basically come on and they can slate your idea and they can do you down, and then no one's going to want to watch your idea if it doesn't stand up to that sort of criticism.
Right. How many people watch an episode and the various pieces?
It varies with Kate Modern. We go on a cumulative figure regularly, and our most recent cumulative figure is that we've had 25 million views in the first 3 months of broadcast.
Right.
So it's quite good numbers. I mean, if you boil that back down, it's roughly, I guess that the average video views is about 400,000 to 500,000 views per video.
Per video. That's the main show, and then there's the stuff on the edges.
That's the main show. There's the stuff on the edges, all the interactivity and all the extra little videos that we do that get probably more or less views. I mean, the most any one video has been viewed on its week of broadcast was so when it's first uploaded was 1.5 million times in a week, and that was a video we did with Jamie Bell, who was in a film called Hal and Phone. He was also the Billy Elliot in the Billy Elliot film, and basically that was an integration with one of our partners, Disney, and we put it up there, and it was a great video. So it got a lot of press.
It was within the Kate Modern show.
It was within the plot, and it was one of those ones that the fans had been talking about stuff, so we just threw it together when Jamie was in town. We just threw Jamie into the plot, and it created our most watched video. So
and it costs a lot less to produce these. What, $8,000 a week? I mean, is that correct? Each episode.
Each episode varies differently in cost. I mean,
but it's substantially lower than a Hollywood kind of production.
It's substantially lower than a Hollywood TV production. It's substantially lower than a British TV production. We're working on fractions of budgets. We're working with a lot of people who are putting in a lot of extra work for goodwill, and we've got a fantastic team who produce the show.
So again, how do you make money then? How is that? Because Hollywood can really churn out the bucks.
The show works to a production budget, as anything does. The production budget is lower than what, like we say, on TV or in more traditional broadcast. We are sponsored by 5 headline sponsors: Disney, Paramount, now I've got to get this right, Disney, Paramount, Orange, Procter & Gamble and Windows, or MSN, Microsoft Windows. So they're our big 5 sponsors. They basically fund the production. And they've all put in a certain amount of money.
Right.
Various different figures have been bandied around. I can't actually confirm what the total figure is.
Right.
But once the production is paid for, then anything over the top that's been made is split between various whoever's sort of backed it, invested in.
Right, and then there's ads on the site as people
the
watch
ads on the
it.
side, yeah. Those I'm assuming. I mean, that's very much a Bebo question.
Right.
We don't quite know how the revenue streams work for those things.
And then how do you have to integrate their products into your plot?
We integrate products into the plot. So some have been more successful than others. All of them have been successful as far as a plot. As a creative.
But you're not ruining the plot to put in. I mean, all of a sudden someone fires up a Microsoft computer.
Luckily, most of the brands that we're working with, most of the things that we've been doing have fitted well with our sort of story at the time, but that's probably more by judgment than luck. Right.
So when is there going to be the big hit? What does a big hit mean? Or is it going to be a lot of these smaller hits kind of thing?
I think what we're doing is at the minute Kate Modern is forging a way for a new sort of brand of entertainment, which was sort of, I mean, we've had lots of terms for it in our office, but we sort of see this thing as snack TV, kind of bite-sized
TV. Oh, I like that.
Snack TV is basically the way forward. It's basically people who sit at their desk and they're a bit bored, so they have a catch-up with Kate Modern for 5 minutes. But they can kind of get up to speed in 5 minutes and know what's going on. They don't have to invest half an hour. The kids at school, if they want to go on, or at university they want to go on, they can just spend like 5-10 minutes in the library watching what's going on. And it's kind of, it seems snack TV is kind of
I like it. Yum! Thank you so much. I appreciate it.